Hello, 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 and welcome. I want to say welcome to the view, welcome to the view, welcome to the view. No, that's somebody else. That's welcome to GHB Spotlight. I feel a little punchy today. I'm James Lott Jr. I am. Hello, hello, hello. Shut up, James. I'm James Lott Jr. And I'm here, of course. I mean, this show would only be half good if he wasn't here, but he is here. It's Frank Moran.
I'm the less fun half that I bring to complete the puzzle.
Not true at all, Frank Moran. Hi, Frank Moran.
Hey, James Lott Jr., look at you,
Happy Valentine's Day.
handsome. Oh, well, I've got my Valentine's gift. I'm looking at it right now.
Frank loves chocolate.
That's right.
So there you have it, kids.
Mm, 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 mm.
We are here today talking about the General Hospital. What about the General Hospital? We're here about talking about General Hospital. I'm like, I tell you, I'm feeling punchy today. We had our sub block already earlier today, so we're back. We weren't here last week because of a Bad Bunny concert. It was great. I'm feeling very Boricua because I am part Puerto Rican, so I felt
Mm.
very bad last week after Bad Bunny. I know what a Bad Bunny was, but I did enjoy the show. Right. I know Ricky Martin is and Lady Gaga. I know who they are. But it was fun. So we're back this week. Talk about that. Did you watch last week?
I did not enjoy the game. I wanted the game to be more interesting.
It wasn't.
Um, no, and the commercials were kind of meh.
Yeah, I know, right? They weren't even, I didn't really find any commercials like standouts.
Yeah, and but the halftime show that was impressive. Impressive piece of storytelling, especially in that short time frame. Considering that they have to set everything up and tear everything down, uh, and have everybody just ready to hit all their marks in that quickly. So really well done.
Yes. Pedro Pascal was in it, and Jessica Alba and Cardi B.
Oh
They were
yeah,
all.
well, Cardi B. I know she didn't stay for the whole the whole game.
No, she did. Uh, there. You're there. They were there. And so Lady Gaga singing in Spanish. Go on, Lady Gaga. She can do it all. It was cute. So it was good. Um, and so we're back this week. We're back in the next couple of weeks also. What you guys know, we did both. We did Beyond the Gates. We did Young and the Restless, and we did Bold and Beautiful with special guest Lawrence St. Victor, who gave us such insights to his character. He writes for the show. He's an actor on the show 10 years. Hi, everybody, come on in. The water's fine. It kind of is. As we get up for rain this week, Frank, we've got some rain this week. Very excited.
That I heard. I didn't realize he wrote for the show as well. That's
Uh,
impressive.
2 years now, I think you guys remember, I think it's a year or 2 years. He became a writer on the show. But
Wow,
he didn't write his own scenes this week. He said he didn't write them.
interesting.
He said it was good to be just an actor. But yeah, he's right. He was nominated for an Emmy last year, the writer.
Wow, that's cool.
Yeah, so it's very cool. So he's been around there for a long time. I've known him for about 10 years. So, and he's been, folks, you guys remember he used to be on Guiding Lights. So that was another show he was on before that.
Interesting because more often than not, you see actors go the directing route on a
Right.
series.
He's a
So
writer.
yeah, that's interesting that he went that route.
There's an actress who did that on one of the CBS subs too, Courtney
Was it
Simon.
Heather Tom? I mean,
No,
Heather Tom.
she's director. Director.
Okay.
They're all directors. Elizabeth Hendrickson now is a director on YNR. Heather Thomas director on a lot of stuff, but basically started on Bold and Beautiful. There's a bunch of directors that they go there, but writing, right now, that's right. I think Courtney Simon was one. She was on one of the soaps back in the day. Her husband is Peter Simon, who played Ed Bauer on Guiding Light. She became a writer. And maybe one other I can think of. You guys in the chat, you know all the answers. But most of the time, it's usually acting, directing, or acting, producing, not usually acting, writing. Hey, but he's part of the writing team. So, but he's a friend of mine, so it's good to have him on the show. But all those are out, audio and video. I think so. Yeah, they're out. So check all those out. We didn't get to all the storylines. Time went too fast. But we had some lively discussions. We sure did. Yes, we did. We had the ladies, Amanda Russ, a pre-birthday girl, Candice Maxie. We'll not forget that. And of course, Tammy Dot Govea. After us, they already celebrated 11 years last week. They had a show. They had a show during the Super Bowl. They did it. 11 years last week. Frank's grandfather, soap grandfather, Tony Moore.
True.
I told Tony that already. You're his. And the gang. He's already started laughing. And the gang celebrated 11 years on the air. And today is my 11-year anniversary doing this stuff, Frank.
Oh, look at you.
I tried to leave several times.
Uh,
I got stuck back in. I did.
Much to the love and enthusiasm of all your fans.
Well, I'll tell you guys, seriously, this has been fun. This has been a lot of fun, and I never thought in a grillion years this would be my life. I really, as a soap fan, and I'm sure you can understand this too a little bit, as a soap watcher and fan for years. And and when we grew up, there was no after show. There's nothing like this. There's nothing like this. That we're doing something that was just invented like 10 years ago. I
Yeah.
mean, like something kind of crazy. AfterBuzz TV started this, so it's kind of weird. This is what we do, Frank. Like once a week, we come on here, and this is what we do.
I know. I mean, one of the longest, most stable things that I'm fortunate enough to be able to do.
Me too. Same here. And Frank has done. I mean, that's why he gets all the awards. He's
No.
done GH Spot. He's done the whole after show thing for this show for the full 11 years. I went away a couple times and came back, whatever. But he did the whole time. So he gets all the accolades. Oh no, just your days today? Oh, okay, didn't know that. What was going
Well,
on,
there.
Frank?
So, I mean, when you put on an 11-year anniversary, you get exhausted.
I guess so. I talked to Tony yesterday. He didn't tell me that. Devin says that. But anyway, so I gotta thank Tony Moore because if he didn't start a show after Buzz TV, and I would have, and he hired Peter Ramos, who I met through Raj Vias, I would not be here. I just really wouldn't be here. And if I hadn't said yes and went into the studio 11 years today, I would and said I don't want to leave. I would have never. And Frank, I always think because he knows the players behind the scenes. Roxy Stryer, who we know, said this to me years later. I tell people all the time, just cast a show. You want to start casting, and we'll do a show. No one does it because you did it. Now I know you, but back then I don't want to hear from this dude again. And I came back with 4 people, with Lucretia Lyon,
Yeah.
and for Frank Moran and for Nadine Harvey. And I came back with a show, and they were like, "What?" I was James Lott Jr. I had no idea what I was doing, but it was a lot of fun. And I have to studio show for an hour today. Yeah, I was very shocked that I said that. I can't believe I said that. And they said, sure. So literally, I have lots to thank for Roxy Stryer and Phil Svitek, who I still talk to. Phil Svitek. We can't forget Phil, Frank. Yeah, Phil Svitek. And also somebody who's very important, who's coming on. It's a good segue. In 2 weeks, you guys, on March 1st, when I say multi-Emmy winning, I think he has 13 or 14. We're going to ask him when he gets on the show. He has as many Emmys as Frank emails. Casting director Mark Cheshire is joining us live March 1st. You guys understand it's a big get for us to be live on the show. And he's the nicest guy, and I've known him for the full 11 years. We wouldn't be here also if he hadn't given me his card with his cell phone number on and said, if you need anything, let me know. James said, I need some. And he got me in touch with Frank Valentini and Barbara Patterson Roy from PR, and that started our whole journey. We started having guests every week, and Robert Palmer Watkins and Michelle Stafford, all them, and that was our first ones. So we're gonna have him on the show. I've never had him on the show for Frank, so I'm very excited.
And everybody, this is also an audition for James. So be supportive, enthusiastic, and we're going to see him in Port Charles soon enough.
Hey, this is audition for Frank too, folks. What you guys understand? Frank and I are both going to try to audition each other, out audition each other. We're gonna do it. So
what part would you want to have? You had a day part. You come on. Would you want to be in the hospital as like one of the doctors that show up randomly?
Yes, of course.
Or
I was thinking Metro Court too, but I was like, no. I'm like, well, it's funny because we know some of the people on the show, so it's kind of like, where would we go? I want to work with somebody I know, but I'm thinking, no, it's General Hospital. I got to be on the 10th floor or the 3rd floor, where those floors are. I got to be in the hospital. Next to Curtis.
Woo!
Donnell's time for that checkup.
See, yeah, you should. You see, like, shouldn't Curtis have an assistant? We never see that over at Aurora.
So right.
You could be his assistant.
Jason Jose said he wants to write for the show. That's right. Marlon says we should be on the red carpet for Nurses Ball. That would be hilarious. Me and Frank should be on the red carpet doing the Nurses Ball. We'll do it our way. We're gonna tell you how we think we would do it. I love that, Marlon. I know. I mean, I would do it. I mean, I'll totally do it if we did it, but we're no George Pinocchio. So I mean, I don't know if we'll get it.
Yeah.
He's on, yeah, yeah, yeah.
I would do it if they allowed us just to ad lib and be
Yeah,
able
that's what
to
I'm saying.
ask the characters in character the questions that
Yeah.
if we're supposed to know everything about this little small town, I would just want to get like up in their faces. Girl, what are you doing still with Sonny Carintho?
Yeah, exactly. I said, that's be all us doing. Like, I said, you gotta leave us alone. They said, poor Charles needs more heartthrobs. You and Frank would be shoe-ins. I know.
Oh,
I've called Frank the heartthrob of the group at the very beginning. I already said that, you guys. You long time said I said it. I did. So that's coming up in a couple of weeks. I'm very excited about that. Out now, and you guys have been totally commenting on it. On GH30Ds this last week, I did the Cassadine family tree. You know
oh,
why I did it. That's been getting lots of attention, Frank. And also, I did a daytime today on how we get guests or don't get guests. So check that out also. It's very interesting because I'm still saying this out loud as a Black content creator, Black interviewer, Black host of a channel that's led by a Black person. I've not had anybody from Beyond the Gates on my channel at all. It's been a year. That's not good.
that's bonkers.
I know. I can't. That's all. And they know who I am. I gotta say that. This week we have too many episodes. I gotta bring this out to you guys for Y&R. Tomorrow's President's Day. I don't mean anything for you guys, but our show tomorrow from Y&R is something presidential. There was a president who had a son who was on the show for years. So check that out. If you don't remember that one, check that out. He had a son on there. One of our presidents had a son who was an actor on the show for about 10 years. So Frank's thinking. So check that out tomorrow. That's why I'm Spotlight. And on Wednesday, Michelle Stafford. Me and Terry Doc Govea sat down Michelle, all dolled up at work. And we kind of went over our history. She and I went over our history, including when I organized her house. We kept finding mustard. So Frank, we were laughing so hard. She goes, remember I had all those mustards? I don't even eat mustard. She doesn't, and she had all this mustard, like brown mustard and this mustard. So we talk about that on the show also. It's just hilarious stuff on there, and it's good. So those will be out this week. So I'm trying to give you some other goodness, all I can. And Jason, you got it, Jason. You got the answer. Okay. And just last thing, well, because I met him once, and he was a friend of my cousin's, who's a famous cousin of mine. You guys know out there. Used to be on the talk. James Vanderbeek passed away.
Mm.
And even though Dawson's Creek wasn't a soap opera, I'm using quotes, a soap opera, it was very soapy. A whole generation. I didn't watch that show, but I'm glad the show that's getting a lot of attention all of a sudden, that was too smart for television. I have the whole DVD set. Don't Trust the Bee in Apartment 23.
Nice.
To me, that show was too smart for television. He played a version of himself that was hilarious. Kristen Ritter, who went on to, what was it, Somebody Jones fame, went some
Oh,
kind
Jessica Jones.
of Jessica Jones. She's hilarious as the bee in Apartment 23. But it's getting lots of attention. We talked about this show. It should have been on streaming, but back then it didn't really have that whole thing set up. But you can get it. I have it on DVD, and the whole 2 seasons are hilarious. But what I meant, he was a super nice guy, very sweet, just really humble, and likes to act. And then that's the thing. And so he left some really great messages. At the end, there was a picture of him and Alfonso Ribeiro his last moments, and that was sad. So I'm just saying, it's kind of soap adjacent because it's not really, he wasn't on a soap, or you think he was on a soap at one point. They all go through something, but Dawson's Creek was a major cultural moment.
That it was. And weird because I feel like to being the titular character of the show, uh, his character was not the favorite. It seemed to be like Pacey, Joey. That couple seemed people to be more excited about that pairing.
They were right. They were, but he made the most of what that show still was a cultural zeitgeist kind of show. It was kind of funny. Those shows like that and Felicity, those shows kind of they stand out.
Yeah.
They do, and they for a generation. and they do stand out. And my mother was a creaker. She liked it. She's like, I used to love that. She's like, you did? I never really watched it. I knew of it, but I never really watched it. So I don't watch that show. But the song Mike Thomas goes, I don't want to wait for the night. That's Paula Cole, actually. Had a big hit off of that. She talks about that recently. She has another song that I love, just a little side note, called Where Do All the Cowboys Go? That's one of my favorite songs of hers. I'm sorry, I love that song. Yeah, exactly. I love that. I love that song. That's just kind of Paul Cole had a couple of hits. So yeah, that song was huge. You're absolutely correct. Mike Thomas, thanks for bringing that up. But for me, as a person who's dealing with cancer right now, I get a little nervous when people die of cancer because he was very positive, like I am to the end. I'm going to fight, of course, as much as I can, and I'm handling stuff right now. But my final thing I always say is fuck cancer. That's what we're going to say. Fuck cancer. One time we're going to cuss today. Well, I might cuss later too, but fuck cancer. Right. To the 75 people who are watching, say it with me at home. Fuck cancer. Not fair. Not fair. All right. We got some general hospital talk about. I'm going to talk about the one thing that me and Frank were laughing when we came on. I loved the way Maxie came back. I'm like, I mean, to me, I didn't need a huge what? I need all that. She's like, she said, James Malcolm West, you're not. They're like, what the? I'm like, that's how I looked. I was like, oh, that was a nice twist. I didn't mind that whatsoever. Frank, what do you think?
I was all, like 2 scenes into that episode with her just laying there in the bed. I'm like, let's just get her up already. I don't need to spend a whole episode of her just laying asleep. It's been so long to get her back, so let's
They
just
did,
go.
Frank. They did.
And it was at the end of the episode when they just had her pop up. I'm like, great, let's do it.
Yep. They heard you. And literally,
Yeah.
I'm like, somebody was complaining about it. I go, why are you complaining about it? I'm like, it's good. Like, when they're good, they're done. I mean, I'm like, she's back. That's what we wanted. The story can get going now because the juxtaposition of that was the whole. I love Brooklyn coming in there. That's so funny. The whole Lulu and Nathan. Should we shouldn't? That made sense. I don't want this going forever either. Like, let's just get to it.
Yeah.
And it's like they're getting to it. So Maxie just waking up. But I have to say, Frank, the kids, yeah, whatever. It's her and Bradford Anderson. It's Spinelli. When he walked in and I felt that when he was just like, I feel like also as an actor, you're probably just happy to have her back also. Like, it just was like, and her and Felicia, same thing. It's just one of the beautiful things of having the original actors or the ones who played it, long time. It really did that.
Yeah. It's gonna be great to have her back now and get her just back in the mix and see how she reacts when she first sees Nathan. And does she spot anything that's maybe fishy?
Well, I'm glad they did kept it going. Also, it's okay. I'll tell her at the end of Friday's episode. Grace calling Billy dad. Oh, they're close. She was like, they're close, bitch. You ain't calling him dad. And the way she said it, she's like, yeah, that's nice and all. They got a nice relationship. That ain't it. So when they call him dad, she means Nathan. And Jeffries is like, excuse what? I was like, yeah, that's how we'll be thinking too. So yeah. And,
Yeah.
go ahead.
Oh no, it's yeah, they're I mean, I guess well, one we've already seen it played with Lulu, so we don't need that story beat again. But I also just like that my Maxie was really just nonchalant, and sure, it only been like 6 months or so, but still, being in a coma, like if I woke up out of a coma, I'd be like, what? Even if it, no matter what the window of time would be. But I don't know. There was just like Maxie was like, okay, cool. I got caught up on videos and stuff. I'm ready to go.
Yeah, I don't like the fat no, but I don't mind this fast tracking. Like, I don't need anything. I don't need. I mean, that's good. Let's get to the quick. Let's cut to the quick. Right? It's like this is good. But see, they're doing what we always say all the time. Just give us a little explanation. Yeah, I watched all the videos for everything. That's all I need. That's fine. Okay, we got it. So I mean, when they don't do something like that, it makes me mad. But when they do it, it's like, okay, it's just. And he goes, it's very on brand for Maxie to wake up like that. And I like that. Yeah, to me, it was great. So she caught up. She saw everything that was going on. She didn't know about Nathan. Also, side note, was it me, you guys, Frank, why does Britt and Nathan seem so weird together?
Ooh, it doesn't help that they've hardly had any scenes together as well.
Right.
So, like, because there's been so few, especially after their first one, when Britt was looking at him so weird while he's in the hospital bed.
Yes.
That's always kind of, I felt like, colored how I'm supposed to feel about their interactions. And there just hasn't really been enough of them to make me feel any different. So there was always that part of me that's like, this seems kind of weird still.
Yeah, and it's weird because, but I don't feel that same way with her and him and Nina though. They're not together,
No,
but even I feel like she goes, "Hey Jay, oh my God, you're here," and they were talking. It seems natural, but with Britt, it just seemed when she busted into her, when she went to the busted, she was going into her office at GH, and he was in there. She got scared. It just seems they seem so distant. I don't know. It seems so.
yeah, and I guess Britt's got all the stuff, the shady stuff that she's keeping secret,
Yes,
and she's already freaking out about all that stuff.
yes.
Um, and I mean, she, as far as we know, is not in any loop about if what is up with Nathan. So
I wonder. I mean, it's yeah. I wonder. I don't know. I just saw that interaction with Lulu. It seems a little odd, which adds some mystique of who he is. Because it's like, would Nathan fall for Lulu that fast, or would he be hoping for Maxie? Like, I guess that's the test. Also, if it's not really Nathan, that'll make sense then, right? I guess.
yeah, it's tough. I mean, we said that there's no real world things like how do we compare if you've been in a coma for 7 years?
Oh
Would
yeah,
you,
oh yeah.
would you want to be immediately back with the person you were married to when you went in? Or would you realize like 7 years have passed, she's with somebody else. She also happens to be in a coma now.
I know
So,
it's a weird one. No, that's right. It's a weird one.
uh,
Um,
and not
it,
even the fact that it was a coma, that you were thought dead by everybody for 7 years, and then you come back. So it's not like a coma's different because you think like, well, that person could still hold out hope that I could someday wake up. No, we knew you were dead. We saw the body buried, everything. So
yeah,
Maxie moving on and being with Spinelli, would it be natural at this point?
yeah. I mean, well, now we'll know. So they're going to bring her home. I guess we're going to see
Yeah.
what their reaction is going to be. I mean, that's and with the whole thing of this again, they're not hiding anything. They're going fast. I kind of like this, where I'm saying Anna thinks our dad's alive to bring. So I'll be curious to see what that situation goes on. And I really enjoyed Britt's quasi advice to Marco.
Yes.
But you and I know you know some great
Yes. Yep.
So I'm like, so it's happening, Frank. It's happening.
It's
Uh,
happening.
it's happening. I already told you it's happening. So by this was she was like, tell about Lucas. It's about to happen too. Oh my god, it's about to happen, you guys.
I was surprised, honestly, when I did see Lucas in the hospital talking to Elizabeth, because the way the revelation for him happened, and you just cut to Pascal in the back seeing that going down, I thought for sure Lucas was going to be abducted at that point.
Me too. Me too. I was like, oh, he's still alive. I'm not just saying, but I was like, I was,
Yes.
me too. I was kind of like, oh, he's still okay. He's okay. Because that was very ominous to when he had Pascal back there. Like, I'm gonna get this one. Yeah, he's gonna get him, and he didn't. So I'm like, but see, Elizabeth said, get out of there tonight.
Yeah.
I think Pascal's the danger, not really Marco. It's Pascal's the danger one.
Yeah. If I were Lucas, I'd be like, I'll send for my stuff.
Yeah, me too. Like,
Yeah.
okay.
No way. I know I'm on a doctor's salary, but still, I'll get some guys to come over. I'm not
but
heading back.
but isn't it crazy? It's like you guys said this was gonna happen. It's happening. When he said Elizabeth, Hunter's right the whole time. Uh, and then people kind of okay, I'm like that's she was right, and but I like Elizabeth was like, well, maybe it's this because she can't, she's been through situations, and she's like, well, maybe it's this, maybe it's that. She gave other options to think about it, kind of. So I had to chuckle on there. Maybe
Yeah.
trying to protect you.
Yeah, I mean, it's like, yes, Carly was right, but it's also like Lucas went in really deep, really fast,
You did.
and yeah, I don't think, Carly's thing was that like, hey, don't be with Marco, but just like be cautious, just,
Right.
go with your eyes open. And sadly, Lucas didn't.
Well, like I just said, he held Lucky lost it. I mean, like there is a past of that people are like, we're not just saying this stuff just because you're gay and shit. Like there's some real stuff.
Yeah.
It's funny how they're ramping up that storyline with Pascal and Marcos. We got a lot of them last couple of weeks. But I want to go back a second because we weren't here last week. I think it was last week, or like they're blending together. I thought it was just hilarious when Lucas was clocking Pascal. It made me laugh.
Yeah.
So, I know what's going on here. I'm like, you want him yourself, don't you? And Pascal was just like, oh my god, I couldn't stop laughing because that actor is really good. He plays Weasley so well. But Luke was like, oh, I know what's going on here. Oh, okay, you're just jealous. Like every time we try to get together, all of a sudden you pop up. That's my job. No, no, no. You're like, no, no, no. I loved it. I thought it was just hilarious, Frank. I thought it was hilarious. He called him on it. He was like, no, that's not it. Every time we're alone, trying to be together, all of a sudden you pop up. And he told Marco, I think he likes you, so I think he's into you, or whatever. He just don't admit it. Oh
Yeah.
my God, I could stop laughing. I was like, oh yes, you tell him, Lucas. That's right. Because
The other I felt like GH is I mean, I appreciate sometimes I appreciate the pace for sure,
yeah,
but sometimes I feel like they jump over some stuff surprisingly. Like Lucas being in General Hospital showing up. I'm like, what? Okay,
yeah,
that seems weird. I thought Pascal would have grabbed him. Same thing with Jessica with Jocelyn getting out of Windermere. I was like, really? The way that Colin was just eyeing her, and Jocelyn was not playing it off that well. That she got out of Windermere fine,
yeah.
and it's just out and about.
Talking to
I was
Jason.
also surprised by that.
Yeah, just talking to Jason and just like, oh, what's what happened? I mean, oh my gosh, I miss seeing Pascal in his pajamas. Oh my God, he's wearing real clothes now. Um, yeah, I mean, I think I see. I don't, the pacing has been great, and it's hard to get a balance, right? Sometimes with them because you say right, sometimes they go a little too fast or a little too slow. So I'll take the little fast the moment just because I'm like it's pushing forward. Um, it did look juicy, and the scene you just mentioned of it, like, ooh, what's happening next? But I guess it's not happening now. Maybe it's going to come up later. I guess that's the point. They're setting it up for like another time. Then we'll know he looked at her crazy last time. Maybe that's it. I'm thinking maybe that's it. Said we're not going to do it now. Because clearly Lucas and Marco got to fight real quick. That's it.
Yeah, before whatever happens, something's
Right.
gonna happen to Lucas.
Yes, I think so too. I think so also. But I do like the whole choreography of this because you have Valentine and Cardi getting closer, so to speak, and say, "I'll go, I'll go there. Okay, I'll do it. I'll just and Laura Wright was really good. Her having her having to swallow her truth
Yes.
and because Lucas is so self righteous sometimes he is, and I'm glad that Elizabeth called him out on it a little bit. A little too high horsey, but she was trying to do something, and she did it. She did. I mean, she did. She did, and he was like, "Really?" It's like everybody's like, "Really?" I thought it was, and she's like, "Yeah, I am sorry, and I will do." Because when he first said, it was just, I think it was during the week we weren't there, we weren't on, but he was like, no, I need you to get along with him. I need you to hang. I'm like, okay, Lucas, that's a little too much now. I mean, your sister, bro. You're not fucking. I mean, just if he says she accepts you, it's fine. She'll be best friends. She said they're gonna be best friends with him. No, I'm like, I didn't. He was a little too much.
Yeah, the initial apology was like, you know what? That apology's not enough.
I was
Like,
like,
ay, ay, ay. Okay, Lucas. Great.
uh,
I mean, I felt like we just needed to be able to, so Lucas can have that agonizing realization when like Carly was right.
oh
And
yeah,
now like I have to come apologizing to Carly. So I'm so sorry.
oh,
I
I
don't know
can't
why
wait.
I put you away.
I can't wait because he just went in, and at the
And
same
Carly
time,
had to have Carly go, that apology's not enough.
she should say that.
Just
Yeah.
be so petty. That apology's not enough,
But
Lucas.
she'll take him in. She'll be glad he's out of their clutches. Hopefully, she'll be glad.
Yeah.
But at the same time, we get a lot of juice out of that set. We got the now unlikely triangle, Frank, of Ava, Sidwell, and Lucy.
I don't
What are your thoughts on that?
I don't know what Sidwell is doing, especially when he at the end of the week decides like, hey, we're all three of us going to dinner at the Metro Court. I'm like, what say what like I love the idea that Sidwell is trying to push a throuple. That's phenomenal.
Yes, clearly. Clear. I'm like, where are we going in 2026? He was like, yeah, well, what do you say? I'm just glad you know that we're not exclusive. But okay. But the Lucy thing, I mean, any more Lucy, I love having more Lucy, which is I didn't expect that either. Which went to Sunny first. And
Yes.
I think Sunny's amused by her. She's so fun. They have two different energies. It's hilarious. But they have been longtime allies for years, off and on. So it's kind of funny. She's like, "You got to take him out." He starts laughing. He's like, "What? Like what's going on?" And when he said, "Sybil doesn't know who he's messing with or whatever," and they both started laughing, I was busting up. I was like, "Oh my god!" So now Lucy's in.
What I like about it is that Sunny was able just to get Lucy just to agree to all this herself.
Yes.
Sunny said nothing. Sunny knows that Sidwell still got this whole blackmail stuff, so
Oh yeah.
he can't go directly at him, and he can't have any kind of trace back to him at all.
No, we
So
can't.
he let Lucy just kind of talk herself through going right to that, and to put up like the kind of like, but hey, Lucy, you shouldn't. Oh, Lucy, you shouldn't.
Right. I loved it. I thought, yes, this is, but it's funny, and then Ava going to their nail salon's very popular.
Yeah.
And you saw when she walked in, her and Christina smiled at each other.
Yeah. Hey, all it takes is like, kidnapping Rick to build those, those little roots of friendship.
Yeah, it's like okay. I guess they did bury the hatchet, kind of. They are okay. They didn't hang out or anything, which I thought was cool. We don't need them hanging out, but I was like, that was like they just smiled and went okay, like acknowledge each other. We'll get to that storyline later. But Ava, bring Ava in this. See, here's what's so weird, Frank. Mary says this is the show itself. We haven't seen any love scenes with him and either of the ladies.
Yes.
So it's just kind of weird. Like, so does he like them? Like them? Is he just using them? I have no idea. But they don't. But I'm kind of down for it to see what they do with this. This could be a very entertaining triangle. Who knows, right? But they really haven't established. I didn't know he was into Ava. I thought he was just liked her art. I really thought it was just about the art, and that she was a way to get back at Sunny. I never thought of him even thinking he might even like her. But like, why not? They're hot
But
chicks,
yeah, but still, man, what a power play by him to try to pull. Where it's like, I don't know, I'm gonna have two women that I know can't stand each other
right?
join me for dinner, and at least pretend to enjoy it just because, I can. Like, oh, come on, Sidwell.
Look at Marlon Walsall. Yes to a throuple. Okay, Marlon, we know where you're. Cisa Edwards, 800 says Lucy's ultimatum was laughable, but Sybil's in for a rude awakening. Mike Thomas says, love seeing Maurice Bernard do comedic scenes with Lucy. I know, it's kind of funny. I mean, it's another side to that. I think Lucy's one of those characters, like, she's good to sprinkle in, and it works. And they always say Sidwell's ego behind Truman digging him may be his downfall. It could be.
Yeah, well, but
That's
what I like about this is that it's all these, like, as you say, James, an umbrella storyline that you love that.
I
So
do.
we're not just seeing it's like Sidwell against Laura and Sunny.
No.
We're now taking advantage of all these other seeds that have been planted with Sidwell being in scenes with all these other people like Lucy, Ava, the whole Marco side of it, all that. All these pieces are also going to start falling apart at the same time. So he's going to be attacked. Things are going to collapse on him from a
I
bunch of
agree.
different directions.
You didn't see him with Carly. It's like, oh, it's interesting seeing him with Carly. Like, okay. It's fun because you're right. I agree with Frank. I'm a huge umbrella story person. Because I feel like what umbrella stories do that can, if they're done very well, can actually you have multiple prong. You have things you can come in from different angles, and multiple things can happen. It opens up the playing field for like story because wouldn't it be funny if Lucy and Ava then realized what was going on with him and they teamed up together to go it could be really good.
Yeah.
And also some comedy along the way. It could be some fun stuff. But what if they because I almost forgot they still part of Deception. I totally forgot about that until somebody brought that up. I was like, oh, that's right. And then Max is coming back too now, so it could be a whole thing. And I just again, Lynn Herring is just underused. We love her, just underused. But then we have Ava, who's been underused right now too. Let's ramp her up a little more. Then get her in there. I don't go to Sunny for any dating advice, or I was laughing on stuff. I mean, it's like I just feel like, but she's smart. But Ava's not dumb. And she's dealt, well, her and Lucy both have dealt with men like that. I mean, that's the whole thing. They both dealt with men like that. So I think Carl Roach is just so good. He's such a charismatic actor, and they really have him. His hands are. I mean, he's part of the Anna stuff. He's part of that. I mean, his hands are everywhere, which makes for which could be a bad thing or a good thing. And if the story plays out in a fun way, a good way, it could be really good. That means there's going to be a lot of holes, like you said, popping up.
And I'm curious to know what the long-term plan is with the show, what they want to do with Sybil. Do they want him to hopefully be here for a few years, or do they want what is currently happening right now to all kind of come to a head and then Sidwell's written off? I hope not. I'm enjoying having him on the show, so I hope that he suffers some defeats, but that there's also like, as we've seen like with Valentine or everybody else of like, or even Sunny, like sure you get defeated, but there's not enough to like legally prove it. So everybody's able to still run around Port Charles and do their thing, and we get to see Sidwell plot revenge, work up the next scheme, and see what happens there.
Jason Jose said the best part of Lucky's Return, Sidwell and Dr. Gannon.
Yep.
The best parts. But woo, that's another storyline that I have to say though, I wasn't edge of my seat. Because only curious like what the show is going to do. We found out we're going to switch gears completely. We found out the father of the baby. But it took me a second when they were pretty fast on that one too. Once he threatened her, I love I I love Jordan's response. Ooh, okay. I mean, I'm not a fan of Porsche's, but she wanted to say, "Dang!" She's like, "That's a little much," or whatever. I love that she was like, "Okay, Curtis, it's a little heavy-handed there." But it was just like I have to admit when they were like, "Okay, I have the results," and she looks at them, and that day I was like, "What?" They're all standing. I have to say, I'm a sucker for who's a father, who's a daddy.
Where's Maury Povich right at that moment?
Right. Oh my God, where is he exactly?
Yeah, it's the whole reason. I mean, the whole reason that Porsche had for not wanting to get it. I mean, I think it has more to do with her not wanting to have to deal with whatever the truth of it is, rather than her. Because it's like it all makes sense. The reason to like want to get the paternity test now, so you just
Right,
know, and it's over. Like
right.
not knowing is more stressful than knowing. And from Porsche's claims to be,
Said.
yeah, and Porsche's saying, her claims of like, I just want to have time to just enjoy this. It's like it can't be enjoyable if you don't know what the real deal is. So I'm glad that once they pulled the trigger on like, yes, I'm getting it. You're right that they speed tracked. All right, we're like the practically that day when I'm getting the test. Finally, being a member of the GH staff pays off when it comes to being I get the DNA test.
Yeah.
I When you get the results, I mean, yes, I guess from a show standpoint, it's messier to have Curtis
Yes.
be the
I know.
father.
Yeah.
But again, it feels like I don't know what, like again, another reason that Isaiah is disposable. And like as a show that I feel like is not really invested in that character at all, like having him be the father at least gave him a little bit more investment and like a reason to be around still. Like I wonder now that with Curtis as the father, like it's easy for him to leave town. It's just and I mean the show's gotten rid of characters before, but it's a bummer when you have somebody with the last name again and the potential connections that it can have to Landview and for
Yes.
deeper storytelling that if nothing really comes of his time here, it's going to be a bummer.
Well, some people think the Dina Chase was doctored. Some people think that.
No.
I don't know. I mean, I hope not. Number two, I agree with Frank. It causes more friction for them. I mean, that's the whole point. That's soapy drama. Number three, Rodelli. I agree with you because on this show, on all our shows on GLJ Media, more than the other shows out there, we do appreciate good bodies. And Isaiah did look fine in a towel. He did. So thanks for bringing that up. I agree with you completely. He looked really good in a nice little towel there.
And I
So,
assume he just changed right in front of Portia. So, which
well,
is great.
crazy.
I was like, I mean, they've been freaky deaky already, but still, I thought
Yeah,
it was just fun.
I can see all of it, Frank. I mean, I think he just took his towel off, just went to like change his clothes. I'm like, and he was like, I should. If he's talking just in a towel, I'm like, why not? I
Yeah,
mean,
I mean, it's like she's already seen you all naked.
yeah.
So,
I was like,
it's fine.
oh, that's fine. So, but yes, so they did in the chat. Yes, we acknowledge the beauty that is of his body. Yes. But yeah, they agree with you. They said they need Isaiah's character to be fleshed out. Maybe it will. We have no idea. I don't know what the writing is. Maybe it will. Yes, we all want land. We want RJ and Hanky Parvis, but we do want that. I know we all want that. It'd be better for us RJ. And that actor, I'd love to have him back. But I don't know. I don't know. So I guess I need the towel to drop. It was like a drop on daytime TV.
I know, but it's been like over, it's been like almost what, like a year and a half since he first got introduced, and like nothing still.
The
And that's
same with
just
Kai. Kai got no family.
yeah,
So
but but Kai doesn't come in with like a last name that's as loaded as Gannon. And when you hear that and just a few brief allusions that he's had to his, his past, you want to it kind of sets you up for some expectations that I don't know if the show's ever going to really deliver on.
I don't either. I have no clue. But at least that part is over. And they both couples won't be together apparently. So
But I also like Jordan, I mean, Portia at the end. Oh, and Isaiah, it's like, oh, don't worry. Curtis and Jordan are going to blow up because there's no way that she could be the level of honesty that Curtis expects in a relationship. So they're just going to blow up.
well, she works for Sidwell.
Well, but Curtis knows it.
And I know what I'm saying, but I'm saying that what if something will come up later that's it's in a way, I wonder. Because right now it's easy breezy cover girl, she said. Yeah, that's what you don't think right. I do a lot of fun work, nothing crazy so far. She still wants to bring him down. So yeah, I'm glad Curtis knows that part. But I'm saying I wonder if something will come up that compromises both of them or her.
Well, I mean, I feel like whatever the outcome of the Marco Lucas stuff is, if they're removed from the board, then uh, I can see Sidwell reaching out to Jordan finally and wanting to bring her in because he doesn't have
Ooh,
that
okay.
additional help, and so then that gets Jordan more involved in the inner workings of it, which could be good. Finally,
But yeah, and Isaiah's connected to Sidwell too. He should recognize Pascal. But he hasn't been out, he hasn't been out, he hasn't seen them. Yeah, he hasn't been out there to see them. So yeah, I forgot. I keep Isaiah's part of the whole Lucky, Anna, Jason, all that stuff. I forget that. Yeah. And speaking of that, we weren't here when they had the episodes. It's all combined week before and this week. So folks, oh yeah, I gotta bring this up to you, of course. Steve Burton is going on hiatus. He says it's not for anything serious. His wife is not pregnant. There's nothing going on. He's taking a well-deserved break. He'll be back in the summer. That's what he says, Frank.
yes. But wait, you don't believe it?
Oh no, I'm just saying. I don't have any actual information, but I'm just saying, folks, you put that out there. People take breaks. Other people are speculating all kind of stuff. So I'm just saying that's what he put out. I have no idea what's going on. Finola Hughes has been cited because she's on vacation. But I heard she's coming back, but people think she's not coming back. I heard she is coming back, so I don't know.
Well, I mean, I guess I saw somebody on social media announce that she was no longer in the credits, which means that she's off contract. Uh, I mean, who knows if that's true or not? I don't know. I feel like we've given the changing media landscape uh, and the nature of shows of soaps these days, the budgets and the schedules and stuff, that it's the days of like the heyday of soap operas are no longer there now. So I can, and there's also more of awareness of I think in the greater society of the need of a work, not more of an acceptance, or people have whatever kind of work-life balance. Uh, so I mean, I feel like, you know, while being beholden to a show, I feel like people are now more like, you know what, I need to be able to make it work for me, whatever kind of life that I want to have, and how do I fit soaps and real life together? So people taking breaks or things like that, I feel like is going to be part of it, and I could see why the show also is willing to work with that because that does free up budget that can be used for other stuff. I mean, it makes it a more challenge story wise, I'm sure. Things can't be told as, maybe as efficiently as they would like, and it could bring us into the same thing that we had with Maxie being off canvas for as long as she was, and how that may or may not have affected how the rollout of a lot of the storytelling that's been going on prior to her coming back this week has been. But if it's a way to keep actors still wanting to be part of the show, uh, I'm I think that's something we just have to kind of be used to as fans, be open to.
And for the fans in the chat, it's a mixture. Nobody cares about Steve Burton leaving. And that's why I do care about Steve Burton anyway. So it's why people are talking. I'm just telling you, Ethel, they're talking about it. Everybody talking about it online what the real reason is and why he's doing it. But if it is just for some time off, I get it. Rotate out, get some time off. Remember when he came back on the show, he was happy to be back, but he didn't want to work super hard. He didn't work that much. So he's like taking some time off and I don't know,
Yeah.
making place for other characters.
And certainly that, as we know, like the way that the GH shoots, that
Yes.
even though he's going to be gone for a few months, like the way the show shoots can at least put him in, other episodes because they shoot so far in advance. So while he may be gone in real life for several months, I mean, who knows what it'll be like for on the show. I think that the thing is to set it up where it's not. I mean, the show's gone to the well of Jason not being on the show a lot, and there's really made a big point about like him now needing to be present for Danny with Sam gone. So I feel like I'll be curious to see the situation and how it's set up, where it's like Jason can be off canvas for that amount of time, but it's not like, hey, Danny, because Sonny asked me to do something, I have to go do this, and so now I'm off canvas for something
Right.
dangerous has happened to me. So I'll be curious to see how the show sets it up. It certainly could be like he could be kidnapped or whatever it may be, where people know that it's not like he was taken against his will. Wasn't like a choice that he did, and he put his family second.
Um, sorry, Midori, I tell you this, and the rumor, the man who should not be mentioned on my channel is not coming back to General Hospital. That was a one little stint there. He's actually going to Days of Our Lives. I think he's already shooting already. So he's on another show right now. I know people like to tease me and go, I think he's coming back. I heard he's coming back. There's always rumors that people come back to shows, but the things that I know of, I don't know everything, but things I know of, no, he's heading towards he's at Days of Our Lives.
Now, I will only ask this, James. We know Wally Kurth does stuff. Could it be a similar case where he could be doing both shows at the same time?
No.
Wait, is that just because you don't want to? You don't want it to be true? Or it's definitely
No.
not true?
I'm gonna say that. And I don't care that Stacey Hyduke is also coming back to Y&R real quick too. I'm like, is she still on days? I don't care. Stop it. Like, stop that rumor. That's not a real rumor. Stop it. He dead. Love that. But yeah, so but again, that all plays still all that also plays into the storyline with Britt, with Anna. There's a whole thing there. And also coming out of that, everybody loves Emma, the actress. They love her, and I like her too. She's good. She's actually they've toned her down. They've proven her. Her scenes with Anna last week, or 2 weeks ago, were amazing. I hate the storyline, but I thought they were. She held herself up. Then her and Gio are this cute young couple. I'm in.
I do enjoy that, and I mean, I guess at first I was frustrated because when she told Gio that she was going to be leaving to go to San Francisco and then fly to France, um, and didn't want Gio to come because Gio was rightly so, like as he says, like, hey, you were there for me when everything fell apart for me. I want to be there for you. And she was like, oh, my grandmother would take care of this by herself. So that's what I should be doing as well. And that part kind of frustrated me, where it's just like, one of my least favorite things when people don't want to take help. Uh, but in this, so I was kind of bummed at that, but it made sense to me after the fact. Once I saw Gio talking with Brooklyn, having
Yes.
him still around gets him to address that part of the story.
Yeah.
Him being gone with Emma doesn't serve anything at all. And so I realized that once I saw him with Brooklyn, it's like, all right, yeah, it still makes sense that he's still around.
It's nice that, Brooklyn has a story of her own at the moment, but she's been good in little stories. She's, watching Bailey Lou, really going into Lulu about that situation, talking to Gio, talking to Chase, who now is a beat cop again. Pretty funny. And so I just, I can't wait to get it. She keep mentioning about this whole the adoption thing. So I can't wait to think of the story for them. It's coming. It's coming.
I don't know. I mean, who am I? I have not had a child that I gave up for adoption as a teen mother, only to find out, that he's been raised secretly around me my whole life, and that or his whole life, and then I discover he's really my son. So I've never had that, but it still kind of feels like for Brooklyn to keep still anytime Chase brings up, like, hey, I can't wait to start a family of our own, and it always cuts to Brooklyn and being like, I'm just like, wow. I mean, it's still so delicate between Jill and I. I don't know. Like, really? I don't know. It still feels like, I mean, I'm glad that they at least had Chase kind of clock that reaction. And I don't know. It's like, is it like, I feel like Brooklyn is in no rush. And just need like, and maybe she doesn't even want to. I don't know. Like, if she doesn't want to admit to herself or to Chase that maybe she just doesn't want to have another child.
Right.
But it feels kind of weird, like the whole like, it's still too delicate with Geo. I can't do anything else right now. It seems too convenient and a little not genuine to me.
Well, for me, as a person who gained a child at 9 when they were 9 years old, we just celebrated our. She gave me my daughter gave me a glass. You can't see it. It's our 30th anniversary.
Oh, look at that.
So the person who actually kind of went through it myself, though she was a child, it's awkward for a while, Frank. I don't know. I mean, I don't. To me, for me, it's gonna be. It was awkward for a few years, even after that, because I had a daughter that was I had since birth, and then I had this one come in later, and it's weird. It's just weird, and it feels tenuous, and it feels like it's weird. I thought the best way to do it. Going to a whole psychological profile on me and my daughter and stuff, but I actually understand it. I know we're on soaps, so you gotta go a little faster. I get that part, but I feel like they are moving forward still. They're still doing pretty good. But her being reticent, that's the word, everybody. Think everybody, good night. Reticent. I said it. Don't ask me to spell it. I feel like that is actually authentic for me, as somebody who kind of went through something semi-similar.
Yeah, again, I appreciate
You're like,
that.
James, you're wrong. I don't care what's happening in your real life for real. You're like, James, all that sounds great, James, but you and your daughter are wrong.
Let me tell you how you should have been living your life.
The next half hour, Frank's going to tell us how we should act with each other. Go ahead. Go ahead.
And maybe like that would mean Brooklyn's reaction would mean more to me if we saw more of her and Gio trying to kind of figure out what they do. But the show very rarely shows us any of those scenes. So it's like, at this point to be still being told that without really seeing anything more of that relationship, I'm like, who cares? Let's just move on to the next step with these guys. But if the show showed us more of like it's still tenuous and it's like, then I guess I buy more into her reaction.
Okay,
So
I'll do that. Okay. Ooh, Frank got himself out of it. Okay, he worked through it. Okay, Frank worked through it. Yeah, I can go with that. Now, I admit that I said it's a soap. I know that things need to be, a little truncated because they let's kind of get. But I'm saying for me, it feels. Well, I wish they did more. I wish they did do more. You're right, they haven't. But you can tell they are closer. Obviously, his cute little stuff with Brooke, oh my God, Bailey Lou
Bailey
and
Lou.
Donna and all that. That
Yeah.
was cute. was cute. That was cute. So
Big
I
cheese
thought
fetish with that kid. Big fan of cheeses.
they say Chase will be leaving. Yeah, okay, that's yeah. As Ethel, you're right on this one, folks. Be careful what you read out there. It may seem real, but usually it's not. There are rumors that go out there all the time about actors, and it's just be very careful what you read. And usually if I'm telling you the truth, telling you something, it's the truth.
Trust and believe.
Trust and believe. I know. It's like trust and believe. I'm telling you some truth. If it's me, I know a few things behind the scenes. I know a few things. Um, but again, setting him off to tell Robin and them that makes sense. She's gonna do that. But I like Gio. I like Gio and Emma. I actually like how they're working out. I like them.
Yeah, yeah.
Come
You
on,
know,
Frank.
it's just
Come on.
no, it's fine. That part's fine. I enjoy that relation part of the relationship. I'm still, and it has to do with real life of, Finola Hughes and whenever she wants to come back and schedules a line
Yeah.
and stuff. But man, I'm just bummed that they're going this route with Anna. I don't know.
I don't like
Just
it. I don't like it either. Oh, I'm with
yeah.
you on that one. I don't like it either. No.
So
No. Yeah, this whole storyline. Well, it doesn't help when everybody goes, she's the strongest person I know, and she was always so strong, and she's the strong and strong and strong. And I'm like, yeah, that's how Anna used to be written. She hasn't been written that way in a long time. Homegirl, she cried. I mean, yeah, and for those you can cry, don't get me wrong, she cried. But as always seen her do, Frank, is cry for the last year. We talked about that last couple of years, and having her not come back. And we've seen your man. We keep seeing John J. York's been on a few times now. We've seen your man. He's been back a little bit. Looks a little skinny, but he's on the show doing his thing. But having Dante take over, I was like, really? Should Dante be the one? Should he? I mean, they mentioned Sonny and all. I was like, should he be the one? And I love that you said, I'm sure we want to force her talking crap about me on some of them. And Jordan's like, I never. And bringing Jordan was very actually inspired. Bringing Jordan was good.
yeah, but she was glazing him a bit. Come on.
Yeah, she did. Oh, she did. She popped him up. She popped him up. I know. Again, I like any of the storyline. I don't. I think. I think they did. Okay. Let me do this one. They've showed us over the years how strong Anna is. That she's worked through a lot of stuff. That's why she's a strong person. To have her so easily broken by Sidro and his people doesn't necessarily work for me. She's been through with worse and
Yeah.
still survived, brain intact. But in fact, she just believes that, Sidro, I mean, she's doing, acting wise, doing a great job. Did a great job. Did a great job. But I didn't care for it.
It it's also weird because I mean I from what I get to make her look like she was seeing that nurse as Liesel and Callum as like Cesar
Right.
that they injected her, they gave her something that made her more susceptible to being
I
seeing
guess.
what they wanted her to see. But I would think that uh one that those all that stuff would have been noticed when they did like any sort of tox screen at this facility that she's at in
Right.
France, or that whatever they've injected her is going to fade out, and so that Anna does come back to her senses for this. So whenever they want the show, whenever the show is like, all right, now we can keep going with Anna. So I don't know. Ugh.
And he decided to take her out of America, send her to France for this whole ruse.
Yes.
I'm like, okay. But I love Sidwell. Do I need to send you back to Europe, back to France?
Yeah.
Pascal. What's going on here? Why are you being like, what are you doing? Oh, he's like, no, sir. I mean, he didn't say that, but basically he was like, no, I don't get back to France.
No, no, I
Uh,
got to kidnap Lucas, so no, 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 keep me here.
right, you're right, exactly. I can stay here. I can stay close by. But he was, but Sid was kind of like, because Sid don't care. We saw he don't care. If you get in the way, bye. He'll just say like, but he was like, do I need to send you back? And Pascal like, no, don't send me back. So that was kind of funny that he was like that. We check it in, but the fact they did this whole ruse, go all the way. I did chuckle. I didn't mean to chuckle, but it was like when Anna's losing it or whatever, and Felicia and Mac kind of look at each other like, okay, this bitch is crazy. Like, okay, and the look at her is like, okay, I don't really like. Liesel's been in Port Charles the whole time. Like they're trying to be ginger about it, and she's just losing it. It's like, oh my god, it was to me. It made me laugh a couple times. Sorry.
I was really hoping that they would play something where like maybe Mac, unfortunately, and Felicia fall for it, but like Emma notices something, especially when they were playing it like Emma, let us go in first and stuff. And so I thought this would be a moment where then Emma is alone with her and realizes like, holy cow, no, this something's off. Something was done to her, and now I've got to go prove it. And I thought that was going to be what we're going to get out of that and give Emma some agenda to be working on, which then could kind of lead her to what we saw what I was hoping for, but didn't come out, is that Jocelyn and her end up having to work together.
Oh right.
Because like Jocelyn is starting to kind of put stuff together, but they're at least right now the show's not going that way. I mean, they sent Jocelyn to San Francisco and France, so I was like, all right, so Jocelyn's just alone with her her weird cigarellas for
And
for
look,
Trina to call out. What are you smoking
are you
now?
smoking? Are you smoking, Alice? I was she gonna say, "Girl, is that a big blunt?" I thought she was gonna say when she said, "Girl, are you smoking now?" I laughed. So I was like, "Oh my god, that's hilarious." She's like, "No, not really." And then she was like, "Okay." I was like, "Okay, girl." Mm-hmm. She was holding like she was. She was like holding it still, like she was. I was like,
I
"Okay,
I I can understand Jocelyn getting the book out of the library. It makes
right,
sense.
right,
But that she also felt the need to buy some cigarellos. That I needed to have them with me to be
yes,
able to process this. Like, come on, Jocelyn.
yes." I know. That's my girl. I don't know. It's the storyline sucks to me. I'm not a big fan of it. Um, I guess it was a way to get Fidelity Hughes out of the picture for a while. Obviously, um, Dante's going to be police commissioner. He's going to do it, obviously. Him and Chase are still at odds. That's the thing. Him and Chase are at odds, and if Nathan gets with Lulu,
Uh, all right, what do you think? I mean, do you because like when Brooke Lynn started going in on, I mean, one, she does have, I did like she bring up like you didn't give me any space when it came to
she sure did. She
no.
was petty as fuck at that moment. I said, "Oh no, how convenient!" She goes, "How convenient."
Oh yeah.
Now you explain what's going to you, and then, I don't mean, no, no, I don't mean like that. I'm like, mm-hmm. She called you out. I loved it. I loved it. Yeah.
Do you are you more like Laura and Nina saying like, hey, you know, you can explore this if you want, however, or are you more like Brooklyn's like, this is terrible. You should not be doing this because Nathan was with Maxie.
I think it'll depend on Maxie and Nathan's reactions to each other. I don't know, but I don't know how they're going to do it. It's the same actors, so this is great. That's great. Same actors.
Yes.
I'm not. I'm just curious. I have no. I would. I need to know more for me to actually answer that question because I think if Nathan and Maxie still have something there, they play it that way. Then then Brooklyn's right. It's gonna be a mess. But then Dante, even whatever, it should feel weird. Period. It's like that's my bet. That's my that'd be weird. I think it'd be weird. Like you going after my ex girl now, the mother of my child. That's weird. So he should be weirded out anyway. And he's fighting everybody. Him and Chase are fighting. You know, him and Michael are fighting. Everybody fighting. He's fighting everybody. But I love that Brooklyn because you had that scene before. It's like Brooklyn and Lulu are in the same room out here screaming and yelling. Like that's a miracle. Max was like, it's up there together. They go, they bond over you. Blah blah. And he goes to them. She's like, "Girl, like, what are you doing?" I can see what like. I loved it, but they didn't get into a fight. Lulu and they didn't get into a
No.
fight. Just kind of like she was just telling her, like, if you do this, she's your best friend. He's his best friend. You'll lose Maxie. You think that's what? And I think Brooke has a right to say that because that's kind of what you would think. They get the phone call. She woke up. I'm like, oh, but
Oh.
I had to chuckle when they when they first had Nathan on the ground picking up the hearts or whatever, and Brooklyn looks at her like, "Oh, okay." Look at her like, oh, "Okay, mm-hmm." But I was like, hold on to the one for "Kiss Me."
Oh, smooch smooch. You know,
That's what I gave you, Frank. Here, hold this one. Kiss me. Go ahead.
you know, it's because in real life people don't come back from the dead. So you know, like the real psychological ramifications. Like it's if you just treat it as like Nathan had been like out of town and came back 7 years later, yes, there could be some more inappropriate stuff, but 7 years dead, people have moved on and done other stuff. Who knows? Who knows what I don't know what the right kind of like social graces or contract should be followed or broken or allowed. Who knows?
What's funny, they had a line on Young and Restless this week. Michelle Stafford's character Phyllis was presumed dead a year and a half ago, or whatever. And she's talking to, well, actually, it's Billy who played Jason Thompson, who played Drake on it. Anyway, um, he's like, my kids won't forgive me. She saw, if my kids can forgive me for being quasi dead for a long time, they can forgive you. I had to chuckle. That made me laugh. That was actually this week. That made me laugh. I said, that's kind of point. It's like, well, whatever. I mean, there's been worse things. Um, I just, it's all incestuous. We still really haven't addressed heavily that Dante and Chase, who are still fighting, Dante and Brooklyn have a child together. Like we don't need, they addressed it a little bit, but not that much between them. They really didn't do it that much between them.
No,
So
because it feels like it's like there's a lot of drama immediately when it first came out, but now it's gotten to the point where the show uses just like Dante is the convenient thing when they want to like juice up the Geo moments and give him like the uncomfortable stuff. But we never really see like Dante and Brooklyn have any talks.
nope, we don't. They barely talk. But they talk sometimes, but not very much. Um, and I just think Chase get my nerves. I'm sorry, he's get my nerves. But we have to talk about the one thing we haven't talked about, Frank. We weren't on. We
Talk
weren't
about it. Talk about it.
folks. We have not. You guys told me in the DMs you want to hear what I had to say. I'm all for this Willow. I'm all for it now. I'm all in. I'm all in. They did everything they were supposed to do, Frank. They got alone, and she explains everything to us, i.e., him, and her motivation. She hates him so much. She brought up Dawn of Day and learning how to shoot. So they showed her a little bit conflicted. I thought that was kind of cool. They're a little bit conflicted. The bitch is crazy, first of all. But she's like, and Drew could just lay there. He blinked his eyes several times, like, no. He did blink him, no. You guys didn't notice, he did. He is, you wanted Drew to get his comeuppance. This is the way to do it. And she goes, your obsession with me. She broke it all. That monologue, I have to say, I had no use for her for years. Now I'm in. And neither of them have, and see, Liesel knows a little bit. This bitch is crazy. But Nina's just bright eyed and I mean, and it just adds to the fact that Kai, like, I had to chuckle. Kai and Trina know this bitch is crazy also because she shot him, and then they go to Alexis. Anyway, but back to that whole monologue, those couple of scenes, and Chase coming and she just gets all this stuff, and Chase comes in and she plays it off, and he's probably thinking, "Come on, Chase, help me, Claudia, he can't do nothing." And she pulled out more of that stuff.
Yeah.
Keep him like that. I'm like, I'm in, Frank. I'm in. I thought, okay, I like this, and I like that she is guilty, and it's all about her kids in her mind. It's all about the kids. She's doing this for the kids. It reminds me, it's just like Misery. Homeboy wrote the ending she didn't like, so Annie Wilkes wanted him to write she really just wanted him to rewrite the ending, keep the books going. That was her whole thing. And like she said, he didn't get out of the cock-a-doodie car. Anyway, that's the whole Misery reference. But I love it, Frank. So go ahead, Frank. What do you think? I love the whole thing.
It's great with the Willow and Drew stuff. Um, it also just like I have less sympathy with her when it comes to the Michael and Willow
Oh,
stuff.
yeah, of course. Of course. That's all. Yeah, of course.
Yeah, I mean, because I feel like yes, she's had the issues with Michael on custody and when she can gain access to the kids. But if she were to come to a Michael and just doesn't have to admit that she shot him, but just kind of realize like, holy cow, I do realize all the stuff that Drew's done to me. Like that would have, I mean, they would have to talk about what he did with his baby, and
Yeah.
Will would have to cop to that. But messing around with the baby like that, while frustrating to Michael, is not illegal. It is not, it's still like they would have to work through that for sure. But she would be in a much better position than the way that she's going with this right now, where
She's
she's putting
crazy,
that
Frank.
key
She's
up.
crazy.
Yeah. But I did like, yeah, telling Drew, it's like, I just needed space. That's what the judge said, and you would not give it to me. You would not give it to me.
She did say that. He wouldn't give it to me. He would remember he wouldn't. That was the whole
He
point.
would. Yeah.
He wouldn't. And so she was like, I had to stop you. She's like, and it was funny because she named everything that I heard about you, my mom, and then you use my children, make them feel like they didn't love their father. Like, so you start going, oh, so she did believe all that stuff. We just didn't see it on our end. I don't care now. I look, she's admitting everything, and it's just like, you know what? It's your fault, Drew. You brought this on yourself. You literally did. You thought you were trying to say, she's like, you told me my savior, but you're the reason why I lost my kids. I
Uh,
mean, she's not wrong.
I love that little thing of just changing, like planting the evidence in his safe about killing the judge was
Yes.
really the kind of thing that really tipped her over the edge. So I'm glad that
Yes.
has had some sort of impact.
Yes. Yes. They keep mentioning it to her. They keep mentioning it.
Yes.
That's good. Then she died. And I was like, oh my, did you have her killed? Did you kill her? Like, did you kill her? I was like, oh my, I loved it. The fact that he could, kudos to man, Cameron Matheson. We didn't have to just lay there and just take it as an actor. She came and going to great. I'm saying I never had anything good to say about her this whole time, but I am. Oh, Will brought this on herself. Well, she did. She's admitting it basically. She's saying I let you do blank, 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 and at some point she switched over. That's why she decided to shoot him. But you're right, you're B Stargazer. You're right. She basically said that. She was like, I let you basically I believed you. I did all you said, and you were clearly crazy. He was crazy. It was not helping her case at all. So that's why she does, and that's what makes sense that she didn't um shoot correctly. You shot, you shot him twice, but you didn't shoot him back in the head or anything. I don't know. I still don't know that part, but I'm like, I don't know. Maybe she just wanted to maim him. Maybe she wasn't trying to kill. I don't know what's going on, but she just,
She even, because didn't she say it's like, I wish that you would, that you had died then when you've
yeah.
been shot. Like, and for me, I'm like, well, then you should have shot him a third time, lady, because
Yeah, but I think maybe she was thinking if I shoot him in the back through the heart, that would do it. Maybe.
yeah.
And it didn't. And so maybe she's thinking maybe she would have be too bloody or whatever. Maybe she didn't want to do all that. But the point is, she admitted everything, brought it all out to the table, and I was like, okay. But then when Kai and them were at that house, getting things set up, and he was like, okay. She was like, okay. And remember, she threatened Alexis.
Oh,
But Scout, Alexis, Nancy Lee Gron is so good. You could tell she wanted to rip her throat out. She wanted to snatch Willow. So the cast sign was coming through when you scout against her. I'm like, didn't get her to help her. I was like, dang, that is like, Willow's like, I don't give a F. I want my children, people, bitches. She didn't care. She didn't care. And Alexis was, she was so through with her. So through. Oh, I didn't have it, but yeah, I love it, man.
I mean, I feel like, the leverage has to come in the custody. Well, now that they've already made an agreement for split custody,
Right.
but I feel like it's going to come like if Michael does get charged because of chasing those stupid keys. Uh,
Yes. Keys. The key.
so I feel like at that point, even though it's double jeopardy, it's double jeopardy in terms of her being able to be tried or, for that case again. I feel like at least in child custody court, that whole matter could be brought up as a reason for Willow to not have any custody of her children at all. It may not affect her legally, but sure as her behavior as a parent, I'm sure that would have some ramification. I mean, and yes, Michael has killed somebody as well, but Michael did it more in self-defense, protecting a family member, as opposed to Will just like, I'm going to shoot uh, my soon-to-be husband in the back twice.
But I love it. I'm just saying, I was like, that was one of the times I was like, I wish we were on that Sunday. I was like, oh my God, this is really good. I again, They executed very well. So I just want to give that points to that. She wasn't on this much this week, so that's fine. But I felt like, yeah, because the repercussions are Chase is now a beat cop. Um, was it Dante has the keys? I put him back. No, Chase put him back. Chase had the keys, put him back, right?
What I love about that is that he just left with all of Michael's keys. He just
Yeah.
took them all and went to Drew's house to try them in the lock.
Yep.
I'm
Yep.
like, what if Michael had come back wanting to get his keys to go
I know.
somewhere? He needed
I thought the
like
same thing.
that was so bonkers to me.
I know.
Like,
I thought it was hilarious. That was hilarious. I thought, okay.
and I
But
don't know how he thinks that is going to work because I feel like in terms of chain of custody, like nobody knows how, like the fact that he walked away with those keys shows that anybody could have put him on Michael's key ring at any
right,
time.
right.
And I mean, admittedly, we all use our keys. Like, I don't know how often, like if somebody put a key on my key ring, it would take me forever to even notice.
I know I'm like a janitor. I don't know what's on these. I
Yeah.
got keys on here. I don't know what's going
Yeah,
on.
you could put it all in. I wouldn't know. But I like that Wiley clocked it. One, it was so that whole framing of that scene was that he went and crouched next to next to the island in the breakfast nook, and he just crouches down on the ground and puts him on the floor. I'm like, that is so weird. But I guess it establishes how Wiley can be in the room and see that without Chase knowing. But
Yeah.
it was still still so weird to me.
Yes. I love it though. I love it. I'm in. I'm in. I'm like this. That's a whole other dynamic.
Yeah,
And the fact that Jacinda is still in the game,
love it.
love it. And here's the thing: Tammy Govey and I talked about this the other day off camera. That whole scene at the yoga studio and Ezra. Okay, I thought of you, Frank, so hard. Daniel Cosgrove, please come on the show. I got to get you on the show. You are hilarious in the background because, first of all, he chews the scenery in the foreground. When we started, he's chewing it, or he's chewing it to basically full. But no, desserts back, watching by in the back when he was doing the selfies, when he was on the ground, trying to right selfie. I couldn't stop laughing. I was like, oh my God. They framed the scene with the two girls talking. He's right between them. That was on purpose, definitely on purpose. And he was like, it was to say, Daniel, do something in the background. Like, do something funny. Whatever. And he's just like, and he just, oh my God. Because remember the time they were at the another Metro at the other place, and he's fixed his tie, he's doing his hair. Like it just,
Ugh.
I love it. I'm here for it. I'm here for it. I mean, this guy, oh, because there should have been a chat, they agree. I know it was hilarious. Oh my God, it was hilarious. He was just back there just doing all these things. He did the splits. I'm like, oh, okay. I'm like, oh, damn, Cosgrove. Oh my God. Oh, I thought of you, Frank. I thought these are fun touches. I mean he's and the fact and I'll tell you something. But the one thing I with that whole scene, Jacinda's like Bobby at some level, the late Bobby. She said, "Oh, I always have a plan." She's not used to just trusting people. Like, why would she trust Michael all of a sudden? Be like, whatever. And I like that her and Christina are friendly and stuff. But then she's like, I have to always have a plan. And he's been nice to me on some level. Like I have to have a plan. So she sees him a different way than we do. Anyway, go ahead. And what's your
Oh
thoughts?
no, I agree with all that. And what I like about it is just that moment between her and Christina where she's like, I don't even know why I was gonna lie to you. But
Right.
well, I'm great. Oh, great. We didn't try to pull anything off where like Christina would then go back to Michael and stuff like I'm glad what I like about it is that everybody's being open and honest in this side of the relationship, which helps just make me like Jacinda more. Where like,
Too.
yeah, this
It's a
is
well done character.
yeah. And so
Well done.
I hope I'm digging it, and I'd love to see her stick around.
Me too. No, no, yeah, they completely are doing it. I think you're doing it correctly. And I did have to chuckle the other day. Oh my God, when they're all hat when Michael's all with no shirt on, and Nina's like, really? Uh, is there any surface of my? I laughed so hard. I'm like, oh my God! But it was a misunderstanding. It literally was. I thought that's kind of funny. That was, and they had a nice little moment. Just kind of like thank you for whatever, and you are good at because she's good at Crimson apparently. Like I kind of like that part was a separate thing, but it's just like really, she's all spraying to death. She's all that made me chuckle. That made me chuckle. Made me chuckle.
Yeah,
So
but it's also for somebody that just got it out with Drew in so many different places. Like,
I know.
get off your high horse there about inner office sexual relations. Nina. But I did like that Michael was like, hey, ease up on Jacinda. Because
Yeah,
the one thing I was not liking was that whole scene we saw a while ago where Nina
yeah,
laid into Jacinda about like, I'm the one who decides who goes and who stays.
whatever, bitch.
Yeah, so I'm like, no, no, I don't need this.
No, I hope she's staying too. I agree. Oh, people are thinking in the chat. Oh, I didn't go. This time, this was one of the few times I didn't think of this. They go, are they chem testing Christina and Jacinda? I mean, I know a lot of straight men would love that.
Yeah.
I don't know. I didn't this time I didn't pick up on something like that this time. I just thought that she's supporting Michael, someone new, and then two like kind of they both have a lot of friends, so it's kind of like I feel like they're giving her something different. But I'm sure I don't know, Frank. I don't
Well, I
know.
mean, given Jacinda and the nature, I mean, that Jacinda is very fluid with her sexuality is
Right?
could be fun, you know?
I okay. I'd be interested. A little triangle between Michael and Christina.
Uh,
I mean,
I don't know if I'd want to see that. I don't know because I do like the idea of just supportive siblings,
yes, me too.
and then Jacinda happens to be there as well, and everybody's on board with her.
Yeah, I think that's what it is. But I can see just say you guys, you never even that leads to the other storyline.
Uh-oh.
I know we're hi 87 people who are watching. 87. Wow, that's great. As we're heading into hour number 2 of the show. But I have to mention this storyline. And I did a whole J Deeds about it. Frank, they never said the word cousin in any of the conversations. I like they brought Alexis over. She is kind of the keeper of the cast nines, right? They're there. Danny talking to her and her kind of catching on, right? Like not dumb, like, oh, what about Charlotte's side of the family? Folks, like I said on the other show, they went all around it to like they and what she said, they're cousins. They called either third cousins or first cousins twice removed or whatever it is. Valentine and Alexis are cousins. They're first cousins. So I mean that's still too close to me. And many of you guys agreed on my show, the other show I did. I said just age up Georgie or bring somebody else on. I said I think this. I like kind of Charlotte and Danny getting into trouble together. That's fun. They're both Cassidines. They both have mothers who are very. I like that part, but why we gotta get them together?
I feel like, and I don't know, and does that happen because that's also a way of the show's? I mean, because the show is not going to be bringing anybody else on, and they still want to do something with these characters. Because clearly, I mean, I feel like the fan response to Charlotte, Danny, and Rocco, just as characters in and of themselves, has been very positive.
Yes,
So I could understand wanting to do more with them, but if you're not going to bring anybody else into the mix to have other potential friendships slash relationships with, then I feel like are you just left with like exploring that's it was already icky enough with Cody and Sasha when that got dropped on it. It feels weird for them to go back to this well again. I don't know what I don't know. I don't know what they thought when they worked so hard to kind of split up Cody and Sasha with it. That now they're like saying like, hey, but no, this time, guys, it's okay because Danny asked Alexis about it, and he had a scene where he talked with Jason about it. But you're right. Nobody mentioned like I feel like Alexis going to Jason is a sign without saying the word cousin that like, hey, this is a little odd. Maybe you
right,
should just go talk to your son about it.
right.
Yeah.
It's yeah. The people in the chat completely. They're like, yeah, where's Jake? Where's this? Right? No, well, the whole thing is, I said something on the show, Frank. I get when you have a long time show and you have so many kids generationally. It's hard because families are so incestuous on these shows. So many of them are related. I mean, we're talking blood relations. These are blood. Yes, not let's just use a legitimate. She's still a blood Cassadine. Charlotte is a blood Cassadine. Danny is a blood Cassadine. I mean, through Sam. So I mean, they are blood. They are blood related, and it's interesting because you get the folks who are like, but they're not that close. They're not. They're close as people. They grew up together, but like double kind of off and on. But I mean, sixth, seventh cousins, sure, whatever. I guess fine. But I feel like there's other options, and you don't have to go here. They could have kept Violet and aged her, or bring her back and age her back. I mean, like then you have people who are not related, but who are related to other people. So it's not. You have to be careful. They're doing this on Bold and Beautiful too right now. Nobody likes it, so it's just it's so weird. But yeah, Jason and Sunny started chuckling when Alexis went over there about Danny. That was kind of funny. Also, she was all chuckling. She was like, "Okay, okay." I mean, it's they've done such a great job with this new set of kids. I think they're all pretty phenomenal. And in fact, they've established, but you said it last time, you're right, Frank. They've established as Rocco, Danny, and Scout being siblings. That Danny and Rocco are brothers. But they've also established that Rocco and Charlotte are brother and sister. So that whole weird thing too. It's that whole Brooklyn thing too with Brooklyn and Dante. They kind of all come from the same. She calls him Uncle Senny. And like there's all this weird, but their explanation seems like a little more. They're not blood related, number one. But number two is kind of like it was summer camp. They kind of just I get it. But Danny and Charlotte are actually blood relations, and they're the same kind of storyline. So yeah, I know on days cousin Alex and cousin Stephanie got married also on that show. I'm not into. I think it's weird. I love cousins. I've written shows about cousins, but never cousins together. I think it's just so
Ooh, well, maybe
bizarre.
there's an untapped market there for you, James.
Maybe I'm like maybe I mean I know right. Maybe I got to write show. I'm writing shows about cousins that are just like I fell with my cousin or something. So I don't know. Maybe I got to do something. Maybe I'll make a note of that. You know,
Uh,
my kissing cousin or something. I don't know. Shit, I don't know.
yeah, I feel bad because I feel like Georgie is in like the Robin kind of situation where back when Robin was younger in her teen years, she was younger than Brenda, Jason,
Right.
AJ, and all
Jasper,
those
all
guys.
that. Yeah,
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 so that crew was able to go and kind of intermingle and have their adventures, and Robin was always kind of the person left behind on the side kind of deal. And it really wasn't until they brought Stone in that Robin had somebody
yeah.
of her own age that she could actually get with. And so I feel like that's the same thing with Georgie. Like if they didn't age her up, now she's just kind of stuck in this kind of no man's land where if they want to ever do anything with Georgie, they would need to bring, because there's nobody else, no other uh,
Oh,
teens around her age. They would need to bring in somebody for
because
Georgie.
the next set's too young. That's the James, Wiley, Amelia. They're too young.
Yeah. So
Um,
it's a shame. I mean, I would have been fine if they would have aged up Georgie to be that way. But I know that there would have been the continuity fans that would have also been like, why did they age her up? She was always supposed to be younger than these guys. So
well, no,
people would have grumbled about that too.
B Stargazer. I agree. I think it'd be fun as troublemakers, thrill seekers. That can be done as cousins. I mean, that's fine. I mean, I think to me you could do that. That's no big deal.
Yeah, and
Become
then like after when something's dangerous and you make it through, you just give each other a little kiss. That's just how
that's what Frank and I do. I mean, every year, look this every year.
a little kiss. It's fine. It's fine. Doesn't mean anything. It's just how we communicate.
So yeah, so Georgie looks like a teenager. I don't know how. In fact, Georgie wasn't Georgie born before Danny. Oh, interesting. I didn't know that. I can't remember all their births. So if that's the case, then yeah, they age up Georgie, get her a little up there, a little bit, and that gives a good story for Maxie too, and Spinelli and all them for having a young young adult daughter. I mean, that's the whole thing. It'd be great. Yeah, so that's that storyline. Um, Rick Ass lives out again, so we'll see what happens there this week. That Molly.
I'm just so glad. Well, uh, part of me was like, all right, at least we're using Rick, which is great, and we're giving Elizabeth something to do.
Yeah,
But there's also part of me that's bummed when Ava is talking to Nina about Sidwell. That I'm like, oh, man, you had a great pairing with Rick and Ava.
I know.
It just never went anywhere.
They run into a corner, so now they can't be
Yeah,
together.
and it's a shame because it's like, oh, that was right there, and it could have been really good.
I agree with you. And then also, So Rick's still helping Sonny and Michael and all that. So he's proving his worth. That's good. Him and Alexis Snark have been getting along. Um, Diane's still in the wheelchair. Yeah, we saw her that one time. She's still in the wheelchair.
Oh, we had Tracy talking to Cody about.
Well, that's my next. I was
Like,
leading to that dumb storyline. I mean, you got them together. There's other things you can do for obstacles for Molly and Cody. This is dumb. But I will say this, Frank. I'm a sucker. As Jade Elliott makes everything better. Her and Cody are good together. They're. I mean, it softens her. It softens him. I talk about Jane Austen and having her take on it was hilarious too. Like it was a cute couple of scenes with them. It's unnecessary. I hate the storyline, but I will say Jane Elliott and oh my god, Josh Kelly have chemistry.
that's true. I'll, I always enjoy a good scene between the two of them. I just wish it was in service of a better story.
I agree, but it was good. It was good. I think it was. I thought it was cute. It was cute, and she's not trying to help him out. But I'm like, but just this whole thing and her getting mad at Christina for you shot my leg. And I was just like, let's just get over it at this point and move on. And we don't need this obstacle. It's just like it doesn't. It's dumb. It's kind of dumb. And because he'll read the rest of the book, he'll watch the movie or whatever. It's a movie for it. Now you sound dumb. Come on, folks. You know there's movies for everything just about now. Or the Cliff Notes version. Cliff Notes, folks. Just chat GPT it. You know what's going on. Well, I gotta read it. So I'm over. I don't. They need to be together, and that's that. I don't need them having any crazy antics just yet. Jay Elliott has chemistry with anyone. She does. I'm not gonna argue there. Like, she has chemistry with everybody.
Yeah, she's one of the most valuable players there on
Yeah.
GH.
And we start against yes, let's please move on with it. Yes, I agree. Just let's now just go full steam ahead. They're a cute couple. I like them, so I want them to go ahead with that. I think I mentioned before we stuff. This next Friday, yeah, 20th. It's a special Tony Geary episode. So I don't know if it's to be true. I believe it's the cast talking about him. I believe. There was some clips, I think.
As opposed to that being in character, just reminiscing about Luke.
Well, there's that too. So I'm wondering because I've heard both sides. I've heard there might be that. I've heard the other thing, like they did with Jeannie Cooper and Christophe St. John on Y&R. They had brought the actors in. They talked about scenes and the characters and showed scenes.
I think I'd rather like that than just have, because I feel like those, like, I don't know. I'd rather see the real actors talking about real stuff and
I
seeing
would,
some cool vintage clips.
yeah, that's what I'm hoping. I mean, it's again, it's been funny watching Susan Lucci go everywhere now because of her book La Lucci. It's out now. Candace is reading it. She says it's enthralling. Um, but and I'm gonna get it at some point. But there's very few. I think everybody agrees. I think I can almost speak for Frank too, but I'll let Frank speak for himself. There's just certain characters that just transcend, and Luke and Laura are and Luke is that. I mean, Tony Geary is that. I mean, that's just he's the male Streep of daytime soap operas, right? It's like there's certain ones that they really stand out, and he deserves whatever tribute they give him that he deserves, right, Frank?
Yeah, that's for sure.
He's one of those feedback value as a teenager. Yeah, change the actress, please. I want a new actress. Did I say that out loud? I just googled it. Georgie and Danny were born a year apart, but Danny's the older one. Oh, thank you, Angel Blue. Did not I can't remember all of it. That's the problem. You have all these babies that it's like, and if they're related to each other, same family, it's you gotta make sure what are they related? It's weird. So
Yeah, come on. I would have been fine for it. Just say, George is a year younger, but still active with those guys.
yeah. Well, we know that Charlotte, right, Jason, she was brought on later because she was a stolen embryo thing. That was later. Valentine was oh yeah. Charlotte once again goes about Valentine.
Which, eh, like, it was such a nothing burger of a scene where it was like, I had to just tell you about Nina and like cast that. And Valentine was just like, okay, sure. I mean, it's still great to see you, but whatever.
I know he did. He was like he was just like, oh, okay. I mean, he
Yeah.
really didn't react. I was like, okay, well, I guess that's it.
I mean, I feel like he knows, like, as an adult who's been in this long enough, he knows what the deal is. That Nina, may be in a situation where she's, there's lots of gray. So I feel Valentine gets it. I felt more of that scene became about like, well, what do you mean with you and Danny? Well, I hope you can trust him.
Daisy Flower. Even hell, even Vertical something that long. I just watched another Vertical the other day, guys. I think it was like my millionaire boyfriend's mother did something. That's an hour I'll never get back. I did watch it. I got hooked. I got hooked.
See, there you go. You took the ride. That's all
I
they
did.
care
I
about.
took the ride. I didn't see what happened at the end. I didn't see what happens. The ride. This
I
person
mean,
was
there's something about that format that when they make it that short, you're just like, all right, I'll stick with it. I'll stick
right.
with it. And then you realize like a large amount of time has gone by and you're like, Uh, because there's that mix that you get when you're watching any of that, where you're frustrated because you know what those scenes are going to be when the twist happens or the revelation happens, and you're just wanting them to get to it, and you get frustrated constantly how long they keep dragging it out.
It is at this point. It is this one character was so put upon.
Yeah.
This person kept getting literally knocked out, knocked down, not drag. I mean, dragged literally, and somehow won in the end. I mean, I don't. I just. I don't. I had to figure. I had to see what happened. I had to see. I literally. Yeah. So I watch with different kind of eyes than I do when I watch these shows.
It's just
Frank's right about this. It's. I had to find. They're a minute long. I had to watch them.
yeah.
Uh,
And you get frustrated while you're watching it, but you
yeah, you
stick
do.
with it.
You do. You do. Speaking of that, I have audio dramas out right now. We started this thing called micro audio dramas. Right now, Depressed Horse and Cupid's Crossing season 3 are out now. Check those out. You guys are actually checking out all of our. Look at my little chart today. You're just checking out The Last Floor, The Easter Hare, Manchester Avenue, Mistletoe Road, The Text, Whispering Headlines. So thank you for checking out. I have like 30 audio dramas. So thank you for checking them out. They're fun. Thank you. Frank's on some of them. So thank you.
The really
Uh,
dirty ones.
the ones that are X-rated, he's on those. But as long as there's what is it? My friend used to always say, if they don't have, in the beginning of shows, they say they have the letters. If there's no TVMANND, I'm like, whoa, what are you looking for in a show? I'm like, it was like nudity, violence, sexual situation, like all these letters. I was like, all these letters.
Yeah. Oh, then I know it's the good stuff.
I'm like, okay, kids, what are you watching? Yeah, the ones that some of the biggest ones of the verticals are Real Short App. That's one of the biggest ones. Drama Box is one of the biggest ones. There's a whole bunch. Trust me, there's a whole bunch of them. And they're just the actor. I'm interviewing all the actors, and they've been great. They're Robert Paul Watkins in a couple of them now. I'm in talks to talk to him. It's a trip. They're a trip. They are a trip. But yes, they're fun. They're laughing in chat. They're fun. I think that's it.
Yeah, I think the only other scene I wanted to bring up was the Callum and Brennan and Dante scene, where I'm just like, all right, finally,
Yes.
I like that Brennan was like, this sounds bogus to me, and that he's actually being upfront with Dante about the stuff.
Yes. Oh, yes.
Great, great. So let's do
They're,
it.
you're right, Frank. They're giving Brennan. He's not all bad.
Yeah.
That's smart because that's good. Even if him and Carly break up, he can still be on the show. Like it's still okay. So yeah, they're showing it. This Colin guy is bad. He's the bad guy. He's totally bad. But I love that Brendan's just like, I'm not gonna tell you anything, Colin. I'll lie. No, I'm not trusting you.
Yeah.
But he went to Dante. He's like, what we're saying here is between us. That's fine. I'll say, and they are starting to trust each other a little bit. I mean, they won't be fully, but it was like they kind of have to because Brendan doesn't know everything. He doesn't know everything. That's what's so crazy. He doesn't. So he's kind of like, Anna was those pictures were doctor, and like he's finding stuff out too. He's like, wait a minute, something's up. And so I think it's smart that they're sorry, something. It's smart that they're showing us different sides of him in this situation. Yes, he's kind of the bad guy for the Jocelyn, all that kind of stuff. But with the Anna stuff, he's like, no, I didn't. That wasn't part of us. We didn't. You know. So I think it's good that they're kind of working together and yeah, working together.
Yeah, so anything that lets both Dante and Brennan have like a little bit of time to shine in this storyline, I'm down for.
Yeah, the guy who plays Ross Column, he's pretty good. He's good. He's good. He gives us that kind of creepy esque look. And like I said before, him and Jocelyn playing like cat and mouse, literally playing chess and everything. I kind of like that. I was like, okay, I go back and forth, a little something. Again, Jocelyn WSB doesn't do anything for me. But showing her and Jason actually getting closer, talking, that's her godfather. That he knows going. Cardi's be so pissed. I don't think she knows that he knows that Jocelyn's in there. Does he know? Does she know he knows?
I
I remember.
I think so.
Maybe he does. Okay.
Yeah.
She doesn't know that he's helping her. He doesn't know he's helping her.
Yes, he doesn't know
So he
that
just
part.
goes, I gotta run. You know, Jason don't talk. I gotta go. That's it. I like this column guy because they're giving Brendan an out. Yes, I think that's what it is. Column's the worst. So Brendan can be redeemed on some level.
And I did like Cullen going on to Carly. Like, is he really having time to spend looking for Valentine? Because he may be distracted.
I know. Like, he distracted already. Uh, distracted, all right.
And I do like just how just controlling Caleb and even Marco are about being about and Sidwell with Britt's medicine. Now it became like this case you can have just in a room to be like, you got to come here and we have to watch you inject yourself. I'm like, Jesus, all right.
Oh, sorry, I was saying. Thank you, Annie. So yeah, Jason was who told Connie about John's. That's right, I forgot. He held it for a while, then he told her. That's right, he told her. But she doesn't know that he's helping her
No.
in this story. No, he doesn't know that. Josh is doing more in the Sidwell story than Jordan, I know. Well, Jordan said nothing going on. I was kind of hanging out and doing stuff. So maybe they'll ramp up. Because now you got Curtis in there. And so, I mean, hopefully things will ramp up. Like I said, there's some things I'm like, they're going really fast or good. They're getting stuff done. So maybe they'll get in there.
Well, hopefully with Maxie back, I think things are going to light off.
I
I
agree.
mean, especially I feel like given who knows, I mean, Kirsten Storm's personal life and the issues that she's struggling with,
Yeah.
the challenges she potentially has that I feel like you can't just take anything for granted. So if you get her for a period of time, pedal to the metal, you make the best use of her.
Yeah, I think that's what they're doing. Everybody agrees. Folks, thank you. Thank you for watching us today for a couple hours, spending time with me and Frank Morans. Uh,
Woo!
I know they did it. They did it. I hope everybody had a good. If you got, I'm not a Valentine's Day person. It's Flomo's favorite holiday. Ugh. So we went to dinner. I took him to Raging Cajun Cafe. So if you are in Torrance, California, or Redondo Beach, or anything down here in LA, it's closing March 1st. Did not know that we got there. After
Oh
30
wow.
years, it's closing.
Well, I assume you and Phil will be going there for a farewell meal before they close.
I went there. We went there the other night. We went there. Yes, we went there for Valentine's Day. We went there, and they had a whole tasting thing going on over there. It might be the last time I'm going though. I don't know if I'm going back down there again before March 1st. Not sure, but I just was like, I'm glad I took pictures and a video. I'm glad I went to kind of say goodbye. I had my Creole food and all that. But I was
Well,
just kind of
it sounds like a very romantic evening though for you guys.
like, as it could be, because I hate the holiday. It's his favorite holiday. It's my least favorite.
Uh,
But I'm just a nice person. I try to be a nice person.
well,
Not easy to be nice.
as long as the smooching was good.
We're too black, and of course it is. No. Everybody, we'll be back next week, and I'm still trying to get some guests. I'm still trying to get some guests. So you never know, somebody may pop up. You know, as you know, on any of our shows, for any of these shows, you know, it may pop up. But I say again, this week I have Michelle Stafford. You want to hear what's going on with her over on YNR and her children and her business, and she gave a really good answer about how she views her character, on all characters, and that's coming out Wednesday. So YNR Meets Spotlight with Michelle, with three-time Emmy winner Michelle Stafford now, three-time. Anyway, Michelle Stafford. This is my last show of the 11 years. I did it. I said I celebrated. I did it. Thanks for I'm glad to celebrate with you, Frank. You and the ladies. Thanks for believing in my abilities and want to be associated with me to do these shows. So thank you very much.
You are incredible, James, and deserve all the accolades for making all of this happen, for creating this from whole cloth. So thank you for giving not just the viewers, but all of us that get an opportunity to work with you, this platform to have fun with you with.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you, Chad, for your nice words you're saying in there. Thank you very much also. Me and Flo eat by candlelight. No, we were in a restaurant. Well, no, I guess you could do candlelight. But there was no candlelight. The lights were all on. You know,
Did you bring
channels.
any like a violin player?
We couldn't get Geo. We tried. We couldn't get him. Thank you guys so much, and we'll see you next Sunday with another edition of the Sunday Soap Block and of the GH mini spotlights.
Woo!
You find the buttons. Bye.